Wow, just another day in paradise, I guess. But, I hope our fans appreciate one of the better games. I mean, it was a crazy game, and I know we were both complaining about calls and this and that, but I thought two teams really competed. I said this before the game, and now I'll say it after the game. I really do believe they're the best team in the league right now. I'm not slighting us. I'm not slighting Purdue. I'm not slighting Michigan or anyone else. I just think right now that was a tough team to play. And, we made some mistakes early that really bothered us because they were scouting report mistakes. And then we missed some free throws early. And they made some shots. I mean, the kid Riley has not been playing well lately, and he had 16 at halftime. He was unbelievable. And Kuchonis, got in foul trouble. That helped us. There's no question about it. I love the kid Gibbs, Longhorn, tough. I mean, they play hard. Johnson, they play hard. And but we did a hell of a job on Rich's house. I think I'm just going to say number 13, number 11. This UP vocabulary isn't ready for some of these names, but a lot of good players. I thought we did a decent job on Boswell. We didn't take many threes. It was because of the way they guarded. We thought we could go inside. We did. We weren't very good in rebounding the first 10 minutes of the game. They scored 26 points. Second 10, they scored 10 points. We ended up losing the rebound battle by 1, but that team is really good. We're both 1-2 in the league in rebounding. I don't know. I guess, I love the way he coaches. I love the way they play. But damn it, I love the way we played too. We came back. We had some times we could have got down. I think it showed a little character. There were some guys that struggled a little bit early and they bounced back. We were moving people around and found some combinations that really helped. So all in all, it was the atmosphere in there was reminiscent. I told Mateen it was reminiscent of the good old days. And credit goes to all you fans that are out there, students. I thought they were phenomenal. I think it's a good time to be a Spartan. I stopped by the gymnastics event on Friday night for a minute and saw a monster crowd. And I went over Michigan. I stopped by the hockey game for 15 minutes, and the standing room only crowd there was phenomenal. And another win over Michigan, and then today to end the weekend with the performance by our team, I think was exciting. And so I'll just take a big win. I know we didn't play great. I know they had their moments when they didn't either. But that's what happens when two good teams clash. And yet that team is, it's hard to check that many players. And we did a decent job on some self-checked themselves because of foul trouble. So I'm being realistic. We have a ceiling still to get to. We got to get there because they're going to have a ceiling too, and they're going to get there. So questions.
Tom, over here on your left. Do you mind? I think it was about 9 minutes to go in the game, and you and Brad were having conversation.
You always want to know my intimate conversation. Call me at night and ask me about my wife too, or what are we doing here? Huh?
I was wondering what you guys were saying. He declined. He said he'd let you say it.
We were just talking about. It was just getting a little crazy, I mean, I'm not going to incriminate myself either. Put it this way: we were together. We were on the same page.
Hey, Tom, early in the season, we talked about this Tom Izzo mental and physical toughness scale, and you're using terms like build character, moving guys around. So how would you say your team is, where they are on the scale, their mental toughness and their physical toughness right now?
It's getting better. I mean, if you would have saw the first 4 plays of the game, we were supposed to go over a screen, we went under it. We just simple things. But I think my players were nervous and excited. And how good is that? I bet you as fans, you're nervous and excited. I bet you as media, you came to the game saying this is going to be a hell of a game. Those are the good things. That's an honor to play in games that matter this much in the middle of January. And pretty honest about everything, and hasn't been that way in the last couple of years, And I thought that, both teams went at it. It was clean. It was physical but clean, if that makes any sense. And I thought we showed some mental, physical toughness, a little character when we were down. We were behind 90% of the game, it seemed like. And then once we made a little run, they didn't collapse either. So that's two good basketball teams. He's a good coach and has done a hell of a job with that group. And the scary part is they did that without Jakachonis. Is that how you say it? Close. Number 32 is a little more Northern Michigan-ish. So either way you look at it, they did a hell of a job too. And I think they're going to win a lot of games. And we got some challenges ahead of us and looking forward to them.
Tom, was this the closest that your team has played a full 40-minute game? Because it was so nip-tucked the entire time.
Yeah, I'd say we did play a good 40-minute game, but I'd say in a way we still only played 30 because the first 10 minutes, I didn't think we played the first 10 minutes. So, we got to figure out, we've gone where we played 25 minutes good, 30 minutes good, 10 minutes bad. I thought the first 6-7 minutes, if you looked at the scouting report, what we wanted to do, what our assignments were, we didn't do a great job. But part of that is because you're playing against a really good team. So I'd say all in all, that was our best 40 minutes of the year, even though we had some lulls. I thought we stuck to the game plan. When we wanted to go inside, we did. We made some wicked plays too at times, but I thought all in all we did a pretty good job.
Tom, you've adopted the motto "strength in numbers," but it hasn't really been tested a lot against competition like that. And today it seemed like there was somebody else had to step up in about 17 different moments, and so it did show up. And you speak to that, and then also to Trey Holloman, who was pretty, I thought, steely early on, and then late, and kind of carried you at times tonight.
Yeah, Trey did a good job. Everybody did their thing in moments. There was a couple plays we actually ran for everybody that we thought would help us get going. Frankie once, Jace once made a big play on a curl move. We went into Coop. We made that nice hook shot. We went into Jax and made a couple nice plays. Trey was really good. And Jeremy actually ran our team really well, but they run a different coverage defensively, and at times it screwed us up a little bit. Book, don't downplay Book's 18 minutes because, he hits a big three, but defensively he did a pretty good job. And he had more energy. He did a better job. He gets that big rebound, he lost it. But like I said, he's not playing against a bad team. So I thought every guy had his moment where they brought something to the table, and that's what strengths in numbers do.
Tom, I know it wasn't part of the game plan to foul KJ out in 8:34, but how did that change the game and what you thought it would be? And after the second half against Penn State, what'd you learn about your team today?
Well, they responded. I guess I'll tell you the first one first. I think KJ, when I look at him on film, I like that. KJ's a lot easier to say. I thought he was there's nights I think he's the best player in the league. I really do. But I haven't seen everybody either, because, Purdue's got some good, a lot of people got good players. Michigan's got some good players. I just thought consistently watching them on film. But what I learned about my team is, we went at them a little bit after that game, and they responded. And as a coach, that's what you want. You want players to respond. Now, there were a lot of meetings, there was a lot of sessions, there was a lot of practice time, there was some film time. But that's the best part of coaching, when you can do those kind of things instead of dealing with all the other BS that's out there. I really enjoyed that. And I thought every guy to talk to and spend time with, Coop and Trey were the last two yesterday afternoon after practice, and it's nice to see people respond. It's nice to see them have to get their character challenged a little bit in what they did. But don't underestimate, I sent out a little deal to our Izzo members that when Mateen was here, when Kalen was here, when Zell and them were here, when Cash was here, I mean, the fans win you games. You know, they win you games. I mean, I'm not a gambler, but there's a reason that the same game at home and on the road is sometimes an 8-point difference in the spread. And our fans made a big difference. And if we can capture that, I mean, man, I saw old people coming out of their chairs. I guess I'm one of them now, but I still saw them, and it was really a pleasure to be able to excite people. That's what this whole weekend's about. If you're a Spartan this weekend, you know, please capture it, and I understand it's kind of a privilege to have it. Don't take it for granted.
Wondering about Jeremy and Frankie in particular against KJ. They were able to draw those fouls. Was there a concerted effort to kind of go at him a little bit, or was that just happenstance in some of that?
God, I could make myself look good and say, yeah, we just went right at him, but no, it wasn't that. You know, they did a good job, but I mean, I think, you know, what we said for him too is, you know, they played out at Oregon on the road, which is a big win, but not against the crowd. You know, we were hoping those freshmen would, matter if they're experienced in other areas or not, that would be tough, and I think I think our guys did a good job, but I think he struggled a little bit, and it was called differently. I mean, both ways. I mean, they're trying to get control of a game when you know it's going to be a physical game. So all in all, trust me, when you see him again, and when we go there, but when you see him again tomorrow and the next day and the next game, you're going to see a hell of a player, because the kid's a hell of a player.
Hey, Tom, on your left here. Beating a team of that caliber, I was wondering what you saw today for where your team maybe had improved from Atlanta or Maui or Kansas and Memphis.
Well, we've improved a lot since Kansas, but I said that then. I didn't think we played very well. You know, Memphis, not because it was a loss, but they played awfully good. You know, sometimes it's not you, it's them. And that team played awfully well. And we've been playing good enough in this stretch, but we haven't been finishing games. And we tried to finish games now, and that was one of the battle cries in the huddles. You know, we got to finish the game. Halftime, we got to play, okay, we didn't play as good the first half, we got to play a better second half. So those are the kind of things that I think, you know, we're trying to get through to our guys. And our guys, I think they needed a moment, you know, with 5 minutes left to go, the huddle, there was every single guy from our walk-ons to our managers, they were all into it. In the locker room, it was special moments, you know, those are the most that I appreciate in this crazy job I'm in, is those locker room moments with the guys. It's priceless. And I think that helps you grow and helps the togetherness, makes everybody realize that, yeah, you know, like let's take a guy that I can talk about, Sabala. Didn't start the second half, didn't play as well, came in and made 2 big plays and made 2 free throws when it really mattered, and he had struggled from the line. He is struggling from the line. I mean, that says a lot about him. In 9 minutes, he gets 4 points, 4 rebounds, and you'd say, who cares? But some of those plays are monumental, and that's the kind of team. They were all happy for him. He was all happy for the guys.
Tom, I'm wondering about the rebounding in this game. Obviously, you weren't doing too well in the first half. The 11 offensive boards. It seemed like there was a much better effort, especially, I thought, from Carson Cooper in that second half to what would you say? You
know, I was really disappointed in that of all area, because this is rebounding you, right? I mean, linebacker you at Penn State is rebound you, and we didn't do a very good job. We really worked on our cutouts, and this is why when I got here, I said I'm not going to cut out like high school. where you cut out, you hold a guy, and the ball hits the floor, and the coach says, "Nice job." I never believed in that. I believed in the hit, find, and fetch theory of go get the ball. Don't let the ball come to you. There's too many athletes at this level. We were cutting out, holding our cutouts, and I thought the athletes, especially number 2, I mean, that kid was Lawson, he might have only had 4 offensive, but he's only 6 foot, and he had 4 offensive rebounds. He was just a terror. He went hard as hell. We did a decent job on Johnson. He got 6 rebounds, but none on the offensive end. But what that caused is we weren't rebounding the ball as good. We weren't going after it, and 4 guys cut out, and 1 guy doesn't, and they get it. So I got to figure out a way to still cut out a little better, but we're not going to hold the cutouts until the ball hits the floor. We worked on the drill a couple times for a reason. My guys took it to heart, so that's Coach's fault. Coach will fix that on Tuesday.
And then I asked Brad this. I'm curious, this is one of the few games that you're going to play them twice. Are you glad you have another sort of rematch with this team in the future? Or?
What do you think, I am a masochist or what? Jeez, am I glad about it? Hell no, I'm not glad about it. But I think it's good for our league. I think it's good for the country. I think it's the kind of games people want to see. It'll be good for their fans. And it'll be good for us. So, as much as you sometimes don't want to play in those kind of games, because but I do want to play in those kind of games because, if I asked Jeremy, you want to play them 10 times, he'd say yes. That's kind of, I love guys like that. So there's the reasons for it. And but they're good and they're going to get better. But we're going to get better too now. I'm not downplaying us. I'm just saying that, we're a different kind of team, but they play a lot of guys too now. I mean, they played a lot of guys. 2, 3, 4, 5. They played 9 guys a lot. So they're right there with us, and that's been an advantage for them too, I think.
More start with Sean.
Tom, do you enjoy the chess match, the sifting through combinations in a way, and is it a little easier with what seems like great chemistry and a kind of a collective mental toughness with this group?
Yeah, I've enjoyed it because the players have embraced it. The first half of the year, it was difficult. They've embraced it, and as I told them, there's going to be some minutes that are going to go up a little bit and some that are going to go down a little bit. Are we still going to try to play 9 and 10 guys? Yes, because it's been good for us. And as I went through the roster of the 2 games yesterday, Indiana's missing 2 players, Ohio State's missing, all starters, UCLA's missing, there were 4 teams that played and every one of them had 1 or 2 starters out. Ohio State, Indiana, I don't know. But anyway, sooner or later, those might be necessities, not just luxuries. And I think we're going to be prepared for that. But I like the way our guys, I think they're putting out more. And so they're actually getting tired some too, and that's a good thing. So it's not as easy to coach that in some ways, but it's working, and the guys have been unbelievable about it.
And Tom, normally you haven't been one to foul up 3 late. This time you did. What about the scenario made you kind of go in a different course than normally you did? I think you defended up 3 against North Carolina per se.
Tricking you. I'm tricking you. I'm going to let people think one way or another. There's some things I do. I always said that I don't have a definitive, and some people that would bother. But me, it doesn't. It's more the situation and what I think and how many three-point shooters they have and what they have and how good of free throw shooters are they. So I did, and I might the next time. I might not. Yes.
I think you said something to Scooble with about 1 second ago before the final inbound. May I ask what went on there?
Yeah, pretty neat. I don't know how we got in contact with him. He wanted to come up for a game, and what a great guy. Great guy, great guy. And players met him before the game, and then he was in the locker room after, and I just said, a little different than baseball, huh? The little place was rocking, and there's 5 seconds left, and he was great, though. I thought he jumped right in with everybody else. He walks in my office wearing Mateen's jersey, and you just kind of, you know, he played in college at Seattle, I believe. Is that right? But, you know, as he said, not the same. And I think he really enjoyed that. Ironically, I think his Cy Young thing is out in New York next weekend, and we go to New York. So I told him, you know, skip out of there a little early, come on back, bring us some good luck. But that was great having him there, and I appreciate it. I think Martina appreciated it, and hopefully our fans do. You know, that's some of the neat things that get to happen to you when you have some success. And, you know, we got a Cy Young winner in our building. It's pretty cool.
Did he have a message for the team?
You know, I didn't have him talk to the team because, you know, it was at a point in time. I just introduced them all, but he was visibly excited. You know, I really appreciated that about him. I could just tell. And, you know, unfortunately, we all know that, you know, Jake Boss lost his mother, and that's been a tough couple days for him. And I did get a hold of one of his assistants, you know, because I wanted them to know in case a player or recruit was in the building or something, you know. But he was really good with our guys, and he was really good after the game. And I think he'll try to come back because I think he enjoyed the experience. And I give our fans credit for that. I mean, our fans, I don't know, you know, I'm sure they introduced them, but I was in the fog then because I was trying to figure out how to get a rebound probably when they did it. And that was a hard thing to do for us for a while. One more? Any more? Well, I just, I told my team, I mean, this is an oddity too, but don't call my office tomorrow because I kicked everybody out of the office. I mean, we're going to do two things tomorrow. We're going to honor and enjoy Martin Luther King Day as a basketball program, and then at night we're going to watch a championship event because I always think that's really important for players. And like I always do, if they want to watch the game, it'd be really good. But if they want to watch the falderall before, the human interest stories, I think that's what makes and breaks what you learn about sports and what you learn about people. So it's been a grind here for the first 3 weeks. And I mean, my assistants, my trainer, my strength coach, I mean, they're all locked out tomorrow. And hopefully we'll get a rest and then be raring to go on Tuesday because we got another tough game, you know, in the Garden. What a great honor that is to play in the Garden against Rutgers, and we'll go do that. So appreciate it. My marketing people are back there. They're the ones that are the all-stars. They're getting this place rocking and rolling. I appreciate that. Appreciate Scooball being here, and I appreciate you guys being here. So thanks. So good.